Hi, Linda Sessions here, and we're going to talk today about the PowerPoint Fundraiser. And in this assignment, you're going to be creating a presentation to get others excited about coming to your fundraiser booth to purchase items for your fund your booster club for the Panthers sports teams. Not just football, but all of the other ones: track, soccer, basketball, cheer team, swimming, all of the other sports that you have going on at your school. So we're going to create a presentation. Now, we are going to make a presentation from scratch, and what I'm going to be doing in this video is going to look different than the example at the end of your instructions. And each one of yours is going to look a little different, and that's what makes this assignment fun. It also makes it fun for me to grade because I have no idea what I'm going to get when I open up your work as I'm grading it, so it makes it interesting and fun. So let's go into Canvas here. Yours is going to look a little different because this video will actually be right here when I get finished with it. And this is also in the instructor view, so your student view might look a little bit different, but the text is going to be the same. First thing you're going to do, notice, is that it's worth 100 points. So the Excel, Word, and PowerPoint fundraisers this week are worth 300 points. That can drop your grade a letter. So make sure you get these all completed. This one's worth 100. We're going to open up a blank PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to come down here to PowerPoint. And I just want a blank presentation. And I want to put my PowerPoint on one side of my monitor, and I want my instructions on the other. So when I just put my mouse, I have 3 different monitors on my screen, my desk here. When I move my mouse just up to the top of my screen, I have Windows 11, but I get the options of how do I want my information on my screen displayed. And I want it displayed here on the sides, or on each side. So I've got my PowerPoint on one side and I've got my instructions on the other. Now here in PowerPoint, it's going to bring up this designer tab. It's going to be real tempting to use this designer tab, but if you do that, yeah, it makes it look really good, but you're going to miss out on some points because I'm going to be looking for specific things on each slide, and the designer tab might not do that. So I'm actually going to stop showing ideas for new presentations. And I can always go back up into the design on the home tab, and I can always turn the designer back on. So you can turn it on and off, but I suggest you turn it off for this assignment. And I'm going to go to the design tab itself, and I need to select a theme other than the office theme. So the office theme is what comes up. It's just white background with a black text. It's just boring. And I'm just going to come down here and I'm just going to pick one. And let's come down here. I'm going to try this circuit one. And yes, I can have a green background because Panthers are green. And right here on my designer, it popped back up again. And so I'm going to stop suggesting ideas until I restart PowerPoint because I don't want to see these. It's too tempting to pick on them. So here I've got my slide, and you can choose any theme that you want to. Again, you've got these variants. If you click on this arrow right here, you've got other different styles and colors and effects that you can do with your slide. So make it yours. Okay, we want to make sure that our name is listed in the author section and the info section on the file tab. So I'm going to go to file and info and just make sure that your name is here. And I'm going to go one more step for me. I've just been trying to get into this habit. I'm going to add a title for this. This is my PowerPoint fundraiser, and my tag is my CED 115 assignment. And now I'm going to click on this back arrow, and now I'm ready to add information into my slide. So you can see over here on the instructions, slide 1 is your title slide. So we're going to put support your hometown Panthers here in the title area, and the subtitle is going to be your name. And subtitle. And then we want to add a picture of a panther in the upper corner and format it. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go to Pictures. I am just going to go to some stock images, and I'm just going to find a panther. Now what you can do ahead of time is you can read through the assignments and find pictures that you like and save them. Now I've got this panther image, which is really cool, but I don't like this white stuff. So one thing you can do with your pictures is, I have my picture format selected. I can come over here and remove background. So I'm going to remove all of that white. So when I remove background, anything that's in purple is going to be gone. I want to mark areas to keep because I want to keep his eye. I want to keep all of the black. So I'm just going to kind of go around it like this. And I'm going to keep all of this black area. And sometimes if you're messing with the little picture, if you magnify it, it works a little better. And I think I've got it all. So I'm going to keep changes. And so there's my picture. Now this one says it wants it in the upper left corner. So this is on the right side of the screen. So it needs to be on the left side. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take my picture and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to flip it so it's on the left side. And now I'm going to move it so it's over here in the left. But now it's over my text. So I need to select my text. To do that, I'm going to crop this picture. So I can select my text. And I'm just going to change the shape of my text here. And then I lost my subtitle. Here it is. So here I've got my panther in the left side of my screen. And now for this particular one, and this is the way I grade it when I'm grading it. So it said add a picture of a panther in the upper left corner. So this is a pretty big panther. There's no way it's going to be in the upper left corner. But this really looks nice. And it's on the left side. And I would allow it. I would give you credit for it. Okay. Now, if it was down here in the lower left corner, and if it was a little teeny tiny panther, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably count you off a point. Okay. If it's a tiny panther, you want it up here in the right side. But this one, it's a nice large one. I switched looking the other way. So here's my panther. So I'm happy with that one. So now I need to add slide 2, title and content. So I'm going to go to new slide, title and content, and I'm going to say sales items included, or sell items included, or sell items include. And now I want to add a SmartArt. So down here, I've got my insert a SmartArt graphic, so I can select that. And I can choose any of the SmartArt graphics. I want at least 4 content areas on in my SmartArt. And if I have a SmartArt that includes pictures, then I want to make sure I include pictures in the SmartArt. If you choose a SmartArt graphic that has spaces for pictures and you don't put pictures in it, you will be counted off. So make sure if you choose one with pictures, and there's some really cool ones, that you add pictures of your items to it. So for me, for this demonstration, I'm just going to include let's get one that has a little bit of pizzazz here. Oh, and you can get lost in looking at them. I know, I spend forever. Let's just do this circle one here. And in my first one, I'm going to put in sports. I'm going to go to my next one, put household. Then I'm going to go clothing. And I need another one. So I'm going to come up here to my SmartArt design. And I'm going to add shape. I'm going to click in it. And I'm going to put miscellaneous. Now, here's my SmartArt shape. I've done everything that it tells me to do, but does anybody see what's wrong with this shape? You can't read what's in it. So I need to go in and I need to change the font color so it's legible. So I'm going to come in here to sports, double click, come up here to my font colors, and I'm going to choose this dark green. I've got sports. Go to my next one, double click it, make it the same color. Do that with all 4 of my SmartArts so that I can read it and make sure that I've spelled it correctly. So we can, if you want to add pictures, again, if you have a SmartArt where you've got spaces for pictures, then you need to. Otherwise, you don't need to add pictures to this unless you just want to. Now, the miscellaneous should have a period after it. So make sure you spell stuff correctly. Finally, with this one, I'm going to select the SmartArt again. We need to add a color theme and a style. So I'm going to come up here to the format, or the SmartArt design, sorry. Look at the colors. And here's another one with more more green. I think I like that. But again, I'm going to go back and change the colors of my text to that dark green because I really like that much better. So change that back. I don't know why I have 2 periods now. I only need 1. And then, with my SmartArt still selected, I'm going to change and create a style. So over here is the styles. So I can choose one of these styles that makes sense. And again, it's changing my font of my text. So I'm going to have to go back in. So note to self, if you're messing with the colors, well, I like that, and the styles, don't change the color of your text until the very end. Otherwise, it's going to just keep changing the color on your text on you. why it doesn't want to add that period. There we go. All right. And I'm happy with that one. So I'm finished with slide 2. Then make it yours. Play around with it. Okay, on slide 3, we want a to content. So I'm going to go to the new slide. I'm going to to content. And on this one, the title is Sports Items for Sale. And here on one side, we're going to create a bullet list of at least 3 sports items that you're going to be selling and suggested prices. And then on the other side, you're going to be adding pictures of those sports items. So I want you to think about what types of items might you be selling in at your stand. So maybe you're going to be selling a medium duffel bag with logo, and I'd probably charge $35 for that. What about a football with a logo? For $20. Might as well do basketball with logo. And baseballs. Let's do 3 baseballs together with logo. I'll make those 20 so they're all similar. So we've got all of these together, and if you want to, you can make your font larger, different color. And then over on the right side, what you want to do, you want to add pictures of these types of items. So over here we got our little icons here, but we want 3 pictures. So we're not going to be able to use these on all 3 items. So if I come up here, I can insert, and I can go picture, and I can do a stock image. If you do a stock image, you don't have to worry about citing anything. Let's see what we have. If I have a duffel bag, not really what I want. I wonder if I can do an icon. Let's see, bag. So kind of play around with what you're looking for. And again, this is where if you know what you're going to be doing ahead of time, you can find your pictures. So here's a duffel bag icon. Make it a little larger, move it around. You can rotate it a little bit. Oh, football. Going to go back up here to insert. Just going to go back to icons here. And let's just do football. Make that a little larger. Rotate it just to make it a little fun. Let's go to rotate the other way. There we go. And then deselect everything and come back up here, and let's see if they have a basketball in the icons. Of course they do. Oh, look here. Here's a basketball, football, and a baseball. Let's do that. Make it a little larger. Get rid of this football. But when I do this, it leaves me with a dilemma. Does anyone see what my dilemma is? I need 3 pictures of the items listed. Now, so here's this one. Here's a duffel bag. I've got these 4 items. So to make this work, I'm going to have to add another item for sale. So what's another sport item that I could sell? So how about a baseball bat? And let's make that $10. It's going to be a small baseball bat. And now I can come up here, go back to Insert, Icons, see if they have one. Baseball bat. Aha. I'm going to choose this one, Insert, move these balls over. Now, I really don't need this baseball here, but I'm just going to leave that alone. Make this a little bit larger. And there I've got my 3 pictures. I have 4 items, but that's just because I went with this different logo. But I've got my items, and I think that looks really nice. So I'm ready for slide 4. And that's going to be my 2 content. So my new slide is going to be another 2 content, and it's going to be household items. And this is where you want to kind of think, okay, what might I have here? And of course you can always have coupons for people to purchase and then go pick up something. But on this one, we want our household items for sale on the our bullet list. Let's see, on one side and our pictures on the other side. So I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to put the bullet list of items on the right side this time. And let's go, well, it's always nice to have a travel mug. I mean, on those cold football games, it's nice to have something you can drink out of. Let's do this for $10. And let's add logos with that. And we're going to go with a cooling towel with logo. I'm going to make that $5. And a Paw Pride towel with logo. Well, just a paw towel. And that's going to be $5. And finally, we found a sale on sports lamps. And we're going to put the logo on the as well. And that's going to be $35. So then we're going to do the same thing over on the left side. You're just going to find pictures of these items, at least 3, and put them on the other side and format them. Make sure you format them in some way so that it looks good on your slide. For slide 5, we want a comparison layout. So I'm going to go to Insert. Now on here on slide 4, I'm not going to take the time for the video to add the pictures because you guys have added a lot of pictures. And we've already done a couple of different things in here. So for the sake of time in this video, you guys should know how to do pictures by now. Move them around on the slide, make sure you format them, and make sure that you make them fit the space. Don't just make them really tiny or just huge. Don't cover up your text. So for slide 5, I'm going to insert a new slide. And this one I want a comparison layout because this time I'm going to do clothing. And on one side, the left side, is adult clothing. And on the right side is going to be kids clothing. So on the adult clothing, I'm going to do a t-shirt, t-shirts starting at $20, because you never know which t-shirts we're going to have on sale. And the same with sweatshirts. And they're going to be starting at $25. We're going to have hoodies starting at $35. And then I'm going to have hats starting at $15. For my kids' clothing, and you could have something different. Don't just duplicate what I'm doing, guys. Use your imagination. What are you going to have at yours? Again, I'm going to do some t-shirts. And they're going to be starting at 10 because they're smaller. A basketball outfit for 15. And who doesn't love those little kids in the cheerleading outfits? I saw some twins at a football game the other day, and it was a boy and a girl, and she was dressed all up in her a little skirt, and she had pom-poms, and he was dressed in sweatpants, and he was trying to lift her up. Like, it was cute. It was fun watching him get into the game. So we have cheerleading outfits at $25. And let me see. And then, of course, we have hats for the kids for $5. So we've got our different clothing, and like I said, you might have something different for your clothing. You might go all out. I've seen people have special basketball shoes. Then for the clothing, we want at least 2 images to enhance the slide. So 2 images, and just depends on what you want and where you're going to put them. So you can do, t-shirts, just clothes, whatever you want to enhance your slide. So add your images and make sure you format them. Don't just put them on here. And I don't just want to see square edges if you're adding a picture, okay? So 2 images on there. That's going to enhance the slide and make it more interesting. So our 6th slide is going to be 2 content. So I'm going to go to New Slide, 2 content, and it's going to be miscellaneous items for sale. And on one side, just put a bullet list of items. Let me look and see what I did on my example slide here. I put, let's see, school logo pennant. For $3. How about those foam fingers? Those are always so fun to have, especially for the person sitting in front of you, right? The ring top, or the ring tab palms. And let's do those for $10. And then the favorite thing for parents to take home from the games are those thunder sticks. And we've got $10. We want to make sure we know they're getting 2 of those. Now, thunder stick is underlined in red. And does anybody know why that's underlined in red? Yes, it means it's misspelled according to PowerPoint's dictionary. However, that is the actual spelling, so it's okay. Here, if you have something that's misspelled and you want it to be in your dictionary, if you right-click on it, you can actually add to dictionary so you don't have to look at it all the time. Or you can just ignore it. I'm just going to ignore it for this one. But if you have an unusual first name or last name and you're tired of seeing that red, then just right-click and add to dictionary. Now, it's only going to add it to the dictionary on the computer that you're working at that point in time, but you don't have to look at that red line all the time. So then on the other side, we are going to add at least 3 images highlighting the items that you're selling. So this is where you're going to go online, look for icons, look for pictures of the items that you're selling. And again, you don't have to sell these items. Come up with some of your own things that you're going to sell to put on your page and format them. So slide 7 is going to be future sell dates. And so that is going to be a title and content slide. So I'm going to come up here to new slide, title and content. I'm going to click to add title. And I'm going to put future sell dates. And then where it says click to add title, I'm going to list at least 4 future dates as first level bullets. And then on a second level bullet for each date, I'm going to list the location. So I'm going to put the date and the second level bullets for the location. So maybe in August, that is the all sports celebration. And I'm going to make a second level bullet, and let's just set that one at 4 p.m. The football stadium. Now I want to go back to the first level bullet, so I'm going to come up here and hit the decrease list level. My next one, I'm going to make it September 8th, and that's going to be the homecoming game parade. And then I'm going to list some other dates here. So I have all of my dates here now. Now I have seen dates, I've seen them, one person literally had dates all over the world. Now, I'm not going to count you off if the dates are outlandish. It's kind of interesting, kind of fun to see where y'all are thinking people are going to buy your local sports team's stuff. But yeah, just have fun with it, okay? Got my future dates here. Just make sure you spell stuff correctly because you'll get counted off for misspelled words. So we have that, and then I want at least 2 shapes and icons, at least, to enhance the slide. And if you want to add more, you can, because you can see I have all this blank space over here. So, and you want to format them, you want to add text, you just want to make it to look good. So I'm going to add, come up here to insert, and I'm going to go to shapes, and I'm going to come down here to the stars, and I want this starburst here. Let's do the big one. And on the inside of it, I'm going to add some text. Now remember, to add text, you just have to double click on the inside and start typing. You don't have to add a text box within a text box or within a shape. So just double click in the shape and start typing. So I'm going to tell them to support your hometown Panthers. I want to make this that green color, and I want to change the font. I always like to go down and just kind of look and see what's available. Let's do this one. So I chose this Rockwell, but you can see how my shape's now not the right size to support it, so I need to change my shape a little bit. And then I want to kind of switch my shape around, and I don't like that yellow color at all. So I come up here to my shape fill, and let's see, what do I want? That's not too bad. So I've got support your hometown Panthers, and see shape or icons. So let me see, if I go to insert, if I go to icons, I wonder if they have a cheerleader. Nope. How about a person? So here's a person. Okay. So we have a golfer here. Let's use him. And I'm just going to add a couple of these. You can always add more shapes and stuff, just don't add less. So I'm going to go back to icons and go to person, because there was a baseball player. And I want to add one more. I just like things in threes. So let's go to icon, person, and I wonder if we can find a football player. Nope. Well, here's track. So let's do a track. So I've got it. Oops. Remember, undo's your friend if you move something. Got my baseball player. Got my golfer. I got my runner. And I want to make them all the same size. I want them a little bit bigger. So I'm going to select one. Then I'm going to hold down the Control key. And now I can go to the graphics format, and I can make them a little bit higher, a little bit larger. Yeah, I like that. And there we go. So now I've got 3 of the sports represented there by the icons. So slide 7, slide 8 is I want a caption with a picture. So I'm going to go to my new slide. I want content with caption or picture. So here's content with caption, picture with caption. Either one of those will work. So let's do content with caption. Click to add title. Thank you for your support. And then over here, we want to add a thank you message. Underneath the title, thank you for your support, you want to add a short paragraph thanking the people for their support. So I just have a short paragraph here. Now, I think this is too small of type, 16. I never do anything less than 24, so I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to increase my font size to 24 just because I think it makes it look better. It's easier for people to read. And then on the other side, we need to have a image relevant to enhance the slide. So I have a picture of the football team, and I want to add that to the slide. So I've added a picture of our football team to the slide, and I've given it a border, a frame. And then for my picture, what I've done is I've taken those guidelines and I want it lined up on the right side of my screen. And I also want it in the center so you can see I have those red lines going up and down the center of my screen and then also across the screen. So I have it lined up on the right-hand side of my slide. So since we're doing this during homecoming and football, I decided just to end it with the football team. So we've got all of our slides done. Don't forget to save your presentation. And I don't think I tell you exactly what to name it. Oh, yes, I do. Your last name, Panther Booster Club. So I'm going to come up here to File, Save As, and I'm going to find my, OER folder here for this class. I got my week 7 final project. And this is my second one. So I'm going to save this. After I have my slides all created, double check them for spelling and stuff, I'm going to add a transition to each slide in my presentation. So I'm going to come up here to Transitions. I'm going to choose a transition that I like. There's lots of different ones you can choose from. I just happen to like the gallery effect, and I'm going to leave it from the right. I'm going to leave it at 160, but I want to apply it to all of the slides in the presentation, because remember, the transitions, when you apply it, it's only going to apply it to the slide you have selected. So I'm going to apply to all. So now I have a transition on all the slides in my presentation. And now I want to add animations. And you can see I need to add animations to graphics or text on at least 4 slides. Now, if you want to do more than 4 slides, that is fine. It's up to you. You can choose from options like fly in, shape, wipe, any of the animations that you like. So just make sure that you have added animations on at least 4 slides, spread it out over your presentation so that it looks good. And then make sure you review your presentation so that it looks good. Remember, when you add your animations, let's go to the second one here. If I want to add animations to this one, I'm going to select my pictures. I'm going to go to Animations, and maybe I want this one to, let's just go with a shape. And I've got my effect options. I want it to go a diamond shape, and I want it to start after previous. So I want my slide to appear, and then I want my animation to appear. I'm not going to leave it on click because I don't want to have to worry about clicking to make my animation appear. And so now I'm going to go to my next one, and I'm going to do the same animation shape, diamond. This time though, I'm going to do it with previous because I want it to happen at the same time as my duffel bag. I'm going to do the animation again on that third object on this slide. I'm going to do shape. I want the diamond one as well, and I want to do it with previous. So what I want to happen when this slide comes up in my presentation, I want the text to appear, and then I want my 3 shapes to appear with a diamond effect and all at the same time. So let's come here and we can preview right here. That's what it will look like. So if I had left one of them on start with click, it wouldn't happen until I clicked my mouse during the presentation. So pay attention to that. The start, how you want your animation to start. You can do the same thing with your SmartArt, with any of them. You do animations. If you want to do the animation on each one of your slides, you can. But you have to do animations on at least 4 of your slides with your text and your graphics. Review your presentation for spelling. Run a spell check. Double check that. And then submit it in Canvas for grading. I look forward to seeing what you do for your hometown Panthers and grading your work. So hope you've learned some new things about PowerPoint. Hope you've had some fun creating this PowerPoint presentation, and use your imagination as you're doing this. I look forward to seeing what you do.